Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a really pivotal moment from ancient wisdom. We're looking at Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, verse 7. Our mission really for this dive is to unpack this one verse, but through the eyes of, well, one of its most complex characters, Duryodhana. And we're hoping to uncover some maybe surprising insights about leadership, courage, and where true strength actually comes from, especially when you feel the odds are just massively stacked against you.
That's exactly right. And you'll remember, we've been following Duryodhana's thinking process. He's been meticulously looking at the Pandava army across the field, sizing up their champions, their warriors, listing their strengths. It's almost like he's trying to mentally get a grip on them before the real battle starts.
Yeah, like ticking boxes. But now, get ready, because there's this really fascinating shift happening. Up till now, like you said, his focus entirely outward on the enemy's power. But right here, in this moment, we see this almost paradoxical turn, a real change in his, let's say, psychological approach. So, okay, he's just detailed all the Pandava might. You'd think he'd maybe keep going down that road, right, focus on the threats. But nope, his focus just swings like 180 degrees. He turns his attention inward to his own side, and he specifically addresses his teacher.
And this is where it gets really interesting psychologically. He turns to his guru, Drona. Now, Drona trained warriors on both sides, remember? So Duryodhana turning to him, it's almost like he's saying, hang on a second, let me remind you about our champions too. Which, for someone like Duryodhana, who seems so confident, maybe even arrogant, addressing his teacher like that, is that insecurity peeking through? Or maybe it's a clever psychological move, trying to boost not just his own morale, but maybe Drona's too, reminding him, look at the team you're leading.
That's a great question. So what does he actually say? What are the words in this verse, verse 7? Well, a simple English translation goes something like this. Oh, best among the twice born, that's addressing Drona. Let me tell you about the best warriors on our side too, the distinguished leaders of my army. I name them for your knowledge.
Right. And what's really telling here is why. Why would a powerful general, someone projecting total command, feel the need to actually list his own guys? Our sources hint that, even the strongest leaders sometimes need this kind of internal validation, reaffirmation. It's maybe not just about informing Drona, who likely knows these warriors very well. It's an act, a verbal act of shoring up his own confidence. And maybe, by extension, the confidence of everyone listening, by saying their strengths out loud. It's about the internal battle as much as the external one.
So is it vulnerability then? Or is it strategy? Or maybe both? It feels like we're getting a glimpse behind that powerful facade.
Exactly. And it touches on something really universal, doesn't it? Think about it like you're playing a big game at school. First, you look at the other team, and wow, they look tough. Tall players, fast players. You might feel that knot in your stomach, right? That flicker of doubt. Then maybe you turn to your coach or even just your teammates and you start saying, yeah, but hey, remember, we've got so-and-so, and our defense is solid, That's kind of what Duryodhana is doing here. It's a psychological recalibration. He's not just reading a roster. He's trying to shift the feeling of strength for himself and for Drona, reminding them of their own assets.
Okay, so stripping it down, what's the core spiritual insight here? Or just the human insight from this ancient moment?
I think it's that we naturally tend to look outwards for threats first. We assess what's coming at us. But real strength, or maybe resilience, as this moment shows, it doesn't just come from analyzing the opponent. It comes fundamentally from remembering and maybe even stating out loud who stands with you. And just as importantly, what strengths you yourself bring to the table. Courage, then, isn't really about fighting in isolation. It's about the conviction, the belief you have in the collective, and who's fighting alongside you.
Right, so this isn't just ancient history or battlefield tactics. How does remembering your own strengths, your own allies, apply to, challenges you might face today? Like maybe you're going into a big presentation and feel outnumbered, or starting a project that just feels overwhelming. This idea suggests it's not just about telling yourself it'll be okay. It's more like a strategic pause. A deliberate choice to say, okay, what are my resources? Who is on my team? How does that change things for you?
Precisely. Understanding this very human moment in Duryodhana's head, gives us this window into psychology that, honestly, it just transcends time and place. It really highlights that universal need for self-belief, especially when you're under pressure, and the incredible power that comes from simply acknowledging your collective strength. whether that's your work team, your family, your friends, or even, the skills and resilience you've built inside yourself over the years. It's about leading yourself first by affirming your power before you can really lead anyone else effectively.
Okay, so let's try and sum up this deep dive into verse 7. The key takeaway seems to be that even those who look like they're fully in command, well, they can seriously benefit from reaffirming their own power. And maybe even more importantly, the strength of their allies, their team. True courage isn't pretending you're invincible or alone. It's about strategically recognizing and leveraging the support you have, within and without.
Yeah, exactly. It's a powerful reminder for all of us, isn't it? To sometimes just pause, take stock, and really appreciate our own resources, internal strengths, external support when we feel threatened or overwhelmed. Instead of getting completely fixated on what the other side or the challenge looks like, it's like an active practice. Self-affirmation meets strategic thinking.
And as we wrap up, here's something to maybe chew on. Duryodhana is just about to name his greatest warriors, the ones he clearly believes can change the game.
Yeah.
But the question lingers, doesn't it? Are these champions, however great, truly enough to win the war of Dharma, that bigger battle of righteousness? What might that question mean for you? As you navigate your own challenges, your own battles, and take stock of your own champions, internal and external, what does enough really mean?